The internet is a graveyard. For every site you visit daily, there are 1,000 that have been deleted, archived, or forgotten. But what if a site didn't just disappear? What if it was never supposed to exist at all? On August 14, 2012, at exactly 2:14 a.m., a URL began circulating on a private IRC channel. It wasn't a standard linked node.com, no branding, just a raw string of numbers. For the next 3 hours, those who dared to click it witnessed something that defies every law of web hosting. And then, at 5:14 a.m., it vanished. It left no trace in any server log, no cache on any browser, and not a single snapshot on the Wayback Machine. It's known in the deepest corners of the web as the 3-hour domain. Today, we're going to find out what happened in those 180 minutes. The legend starts with a user known only as user_77. He was a regular on the X-Paranormal boards. At 2:16 a.m., he posted a thread that simply said, "It's counting down." Those who followed the link described a page that was eerily minimalist. No navigation, no ads. Just a timer ticking down to 5:14 a.m. But as the minutes passed, the site began to change. It wasn't static. It started to adapt. Witnesses claimed that every time they refreshed, the text would shift. At first, it was random code. Then, it became personal. Users reported seeing their own city names, their IP addresses, and eventually, the names of people they knew. Panic hit the forums. People tried to archive the site using archive.today or screen recording tools, but every attempt resulted in a file-corrupted error. It was as if the site was ghosting the very infrastructure of the internet. It existed only for the eyes of the person viewing it, and for no one else. User XFileFan posted at 3:42 a.m. "I just refreshed, and the background is a photo of my front door. How is this possible? These wasn't just a website. It was a targeted psychological assault." This brings us to our first major lead. Theory A, the social experiment. Many skeptics argue that the website was a highly sophisticated psychological stress test conducted by a state-level actor, like the NSA or DARPA. Think about the timing, 2012, the dawn of big data. To build algorithms that predict how a population reacts to a crisis, you need to know how fast a digital contagion spreads. The technical reality. How did it know your name? Skeptics point to a high-speed phishing script. The moment you clicked, the site likely scraped your browser, cookies, and social media logins. It didn't know you, just read your digital footprint faster than you could realize. The 5:14 a.m. cutoff wasn't a failure. It was the end of the experiment. The scientists gathered their data on how quickly we panic, and then they flipped the switch. The site didn't just go offline. It was digitally incinerated. Most people think the internet is just what Google shows us, but Google only indexes about 4% of the web. The 3-hour website existed in the other 96%, the unindexed space. This is where sites can exist without a DNS record, making them nearly impossible to track. But there is a third theory. Theory C, the bleed-through. Some digital theorists believe that the 3-hour website wasn't hosted on any server we recognize. Instead, it was a glitch in the matrix of the internet itself. This theory posits that we aren't the only ones using a global network. Some believe there are parallel versions of the web shadow networks used by entities that exist alongside ours. The website wasn't a site at all, it was a window. For those 3 hours, a hole opened up between our internet and something else. Users who stayed until the final seconds reported that the countdown didn't hit 0. Instead, the numbers began counting upward at an impossible speed. The empty room on the live feed wasn't empty anymore. They claimed to see a figure standing just out of focus, looking directly into the camera, directly at them before the screen went black. Was it a server from the future? A shadow from another dimension? As soon as the clock hit 5:14 a.m., the bridge collapsed. Whether it was a government PSA op or a tear in the fabric of reality, the 3-hour website reminds us that we don't own the internet. We just rent space on it. Every time you follow a string of numbers into the deep web, you're taking a risk. You're assuming the thing on the other side wants to be found. But sometimes, the most dangerous things on the web are the ones that only appear long enough to make sure you're rewatching. So, tonight, keep an eye on your clock. And if you find a link that doesn't belong, maybe leave it alone. Welcome to Bizarre Blueprint. Like and subscribe.